Hello, I'm over here at Uwharrie National Forest in North Carolina. I just hiked in about a mile into the woods, and the best I can tell, I'm on the top of a mountain. Or, well, I might not be at exactly the top, but that might be up there. But I kept walking and walking. I thought I was at the top, but then it kept going and going. But I'm out here, pretty secluded area up here. I think they have the OHV trails closed, the off-highway vehicle trail. I think those are closed to the people who are using them. So there's not a lot of people out here. I'm on one of the OHV trails. I took one of the OHV trails and then I hiked into the woods from there. So I think I'm about a mile out from where I parked. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up camp here. All right, I moved my campsite over here. I was over there, thereabouts somewhere. Actually, I'm not really sure anymore. I moved all my stuff over here. And I'm getting the sticks up off where I'm gonna lay, where I'm gonna sleep. And I'm gonna put my tent up right around this area. And I'm gathering all the sticks over there. And I'm trying to do this dispersed camping, where you can go out in the forest and they say leave no trace. So I'm gonna clear all these sticks out and maybe start a little fire. I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of undecided on the fire situation. So I'm gonna clear these sticks out, get my tent set up, and maybe start a little fire. There's a bunch of down trees like this I can use to burn. I mean, this one right here's hanging. I don't know what happened. It looks like there was a fire over there. I don't know if somebody had a fire out here or maybe it got struck by lightning sometime. Anyway, I better get my campsite set up and I'll get a video when I get the tent set up. I'm scraping out a little place for me to put my tent, so that way after I put my tent up tomorrow, when I'm done camping, I can just cover this back up and essentially leave no trace, hopefully. I think I found a pretty good place. There's only that one rock right there, and the rest of this is pretty clear of any rocks. And I think I'm gonna sleep right here, so that way I'm not laying on rocks during the night. And I think I've decided I'm gonna build me a fire right here, somewhere in this area, just right outside the tent. That way I can just cover it up when I leave tomorrow. And I don't want to disturb anything else other than I have to. I've decided to make a fire over here. I got my tent set up right there. I got my hammock over there. I know I'm only gonna be here one night, but I went ahead and set up camp. I'm gonna start a fire in just a few minutes probably and get some of this dead wood that's on the campsite burned. And I probably won't burn it too long because I don't want to use all the resources out here. I'm just burning some of this dead stuff around, like this stuff that's fallen, and there's stuff all around here that's fallen down. I mean, when I was hiking up the mountain here, down the way a bit, there's a bunch of dead stuff all around. I guess maybe the wind or some storms knocked it down. So I might go around and find the major dead stuff and get it out of the way for other people that are hiking through here. But right now I'm gonna get my fire started and maybe eat a little supper before I get ready to just lay in the hammock or go to bed. That tent is 6 feet long, and I think it's 4 feet 2 inches wide, and I'm about 6'1" or 6'2", so I guess I'll have to lay diagonally. I don't know if I've used this tent since I was very young, so I didn't even open it up before I brought it out here. I was hoping it would have everything in it. I put an extra tent in the truck just in case, but I don't feel like walking all the way back out to the truck, so I'm just going to use this one. I managed to get a small fire going here. I might wait till it burns down a little bit and try to cook this spinach dolly or dal or whatever it's called. This soup that I got, it's in a little package, and I like these, what are they called? What's the name? Tasty Bite. These little packages are nice, especially when you're camping. It's Indian cuisine food. Now, some of it's a little spicy. I can't remember what that other stuff I used to eat was, but I don't know about this spinach dal. I've never tried it, so this will be good. Spinach cooked with yellow lentils and lightly spiced. So, I don't know. I'll be interested to see what that tastes like. Well, the fire's coming along pretty good. I'm glad it got started. While I'm waiting here for my fire to get started pretty good, thought I'd show y'all this thing. Well, somewhere in the hammock here. This Life Straw. I don't know if y'all have heard of this, by Vestergaard. It's a nice little filter. It's you drink out of this end, and you put this, the other end, you put it down in a water source, and you can drink straight from the water source, or you can put the water in a cup and drink using this straw. And it says on the package here, it says removes 99.999999% of bacteria, so E. coli, etc. Removes 99.999% of protozoa, and this one Life Straw supposedly filters about 1,000 gallons during its entire lifetime, and it meets U.S. EPA drinking water standards. But it did say you can't drink. It said don't drink from something that's had chemicals in it. It's not going to filter that out. And I think there was one other thing it said not to do, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, if you're just going hiking or camping and you don't want to carry out 5 gallons of water for the week or however many days you're going, this is a nice little tool. If you camp by a creek, then you can just go get water right out of the creek or drink straight out of it. It says you uncap both ends and put it up in the water for 10 seconds. Then you take 5 sips from the mouthpiece, and that's supposed to get it started. And I think you only have to start it once, or you have to like let it sit for 20 seconds, which is not long. I mean, I can do that. And then you just let it dry out after every use before you close it up. And you can just keep using it again and again. So I might try to use it on this trip while I'm out here, because there's a creek not too far. Right, if we go down that hill, if I go down that hill right there, there's a creek not too far that I've passed on the way up here. Well, I need to get a few more things on the fire before it goes down completely. Yeah, the fire's going good now. I turned my tent around just so I can see the fire from the tent and make sure it's not spreading or anything if I'm laying in the tent. And I was laying in my hammock a while ago. I'll probably put that clip of me. I was in the hammock when I took that video looking up into the trees, into the sky, and it was kind of swinging back and forth. Hopefully that doesn't make anybody sick from watching it and getting seasick. I think I'm about done putting stuff on the fire now. I'm just going to let it die down a bit and use those hot ashes in the bottom to maybe warm up this soup that I've got. I'm sitting here in the tent watching the fire. Thought I'd show you what all I brought to eat. I'm going to eat this tonight, hopefully. And like I said earlier, that spinach dal. I guess that's how you pronounce it. And then I've got this for tomorrow. at lunch Madra's lentils. I'm not sure if that's the Tasty Bite that I usually eat, but it'll probably be good. These Tasty Bite pouches are good. Let's see, what is that? Lentils, red beans, and spices, and a creamy tomato sauce. Well, I just realized that's vegetarian as well. Both of these are vegetarian, and I got oatmeal. Brought oatmeal with me. And it's gluten-free and vegetarian, I guess. I don't think there's any meat in the oatmeal. And of course, the protein bar, there's no meat. And then I got some celery and marshmallows and some pancakes that were left over from a few days ago. I'm starting to think I should have put them in a separate bag, because these, I think when I hiked out here, they all kind of got smashed together, and the pancakes are kind of coming apart, and I think those are gluten-free pancakes, so they're probably not holding together very well anyway, but oh well. Those of you who are devoted subscribers know me that know that I eat about everything, so it doesn't matter to me. I might eat all this in this bag tonight. This celery, pancakes, and I'll cook some marshmallows over the fire. And of course the soup. Wow, I don't know if I'm gonna be hungry for all this stuff. I might save some of it for tomorrow. I'm gonna save this stuff for tomorrow. This protein bar, this oatmeal, this soup. I can cook this, well, I might not even bother heating it up. I might just mix some water with the oatmeal and eat it for breakfast in the morning. And I don't know if I showed that. I brought a gallon of water with me, so I'm good on that. I've got another gallon in the truck about a mile away, so if I need some, I can hike out and get it. And like I showed you, I got this water filter, wherever it is. I'll put it in here. I got this water filter, Life Straw, so if I need to, I can always go down to the creek. But I might just try that just to test that filter out, but I probably won't drink much out of the creek, just to keep, I don't want to catch anything accidentally. That filter's kind of a backup in case I run out of water and I really need some water. I'm not really trying to use that as a main source of water. Well, this fire's getting down. I better get up and move. I'm not putting any more. I'm trying not to put any more on it, but see, I put a couple of these dead limbs that were really long. I'm just scooting them over as they burn. And then once that dies down, once I get the entire limbs in there, I'll let it die down a bit and maybe warm up this soup on there if it doesn't burn through the pouch. This is a strange thing. It says boil sealed pouch in water for 5 minutes. But I just don't know. I don't know if that's safe to do, because they say, don't heat up plastic next to your food, and you can see through the bottom there. I don't know what that's doing when you're heating up a plastic pouch. I don't know if that's good to do. I mean, it says you can microwave the pouch. Heats in 1 minute. I don't know, I try to avoid heating up plastic next to my food. But I guess it's safe. I probably won't heat this too much, because I was going to bring my little pot, and then I forgot. It was up at my cousin's house where we're storing some stuff, and I just said, well, I think I can do without heating it up, even if I have to. I mean, I might try heating this pouch up on the ashes just to heat it up a little bit, but I don't want to melt the pouch and then get ashes in my food, or release some kind of chemicals into my food from this plastic. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too careful about this. Well, it sure is nice and peaceful out here. I haven't seen anybody since I got to my campsite up here. I really haven't heard much of anything either. I'm up, I'm down on this hiking trail, or maybe it's a horse path, because there's some horseshoe prints. But my campsite's way up there, somewhere in the mountain. There's so many trees. The trees are so thick you really can't see very far. But this trail goes, I'm on this trail right now, and this trail goes, it wraps around the mountain, I think. I didn't go on the entirety of it. I'm just on this little portion of it. It goes close to my campsite. And so I walked from up somewhere up there. And then it wraps around on the other side and comes down this way. And I have to show you this. Well, that looks like some horses have been through here. There's several of these horseshoe prints all along this trail. So I'm guessing people ride their horses through here. And I actually was, when I was driving around trying to find a place to park earlier, I saw a group of, there were probably 6 or 8 people at least, riding horses down the gravel road through the park. So maybe they came up through here too. I don't know, it seems like a long way. Maybe they came through here yesterday. I think I saw a horse trailer at a campsite when I was driving around. It looked like they had a camper set up, so maybe they were all staying there. And there's also there's a horse camp where you can actually pull in your horse trailers. It's on the other side of the park. You have to pay. I don't remember how much it is, but you can just pull your horse trailer right in there and camp right there with your horse, and then ride your horse around during the day. It's pretty nice. But I'm doing the free camping out here in I think I mentioned it earlier, it's called dispersed camping. I'm just now learning about this dispersed camping stuff. I didn't know you could camp for free in the national park. But I was reading online about camping, and I found something about dispersed camping, and I thought, wow, I can't believe I didn't know about that before. Instead of paying for, $10 or $15 at a normal campground, you can just backpack out into the woods and camp for free. That's what I want to do anyway, and I don't need to pay for a bathhouse and all that stuff. Especially I'm only going to be out here a night. For one night, you don't need to pay $15 to have a bathhouse and whatever else. Have your car right there next to your tent. I'd rather come out here and get away from all the hustle and bustle and see all the nature, all the trees and the leaves, and hear the birds and the frogs and all the other critters out here, and see stuff like this. That tree. There's a bunch of downed trees out here. I don't know if that's normal for this area, but there's a bunch of them. I think maybe that storm that came through, we had a couple storms the past month, and there was a tornado that came through one area, about 2 counties from here. They had the roof come off the house, and not anything, major, I don't think. The roof got taken off the house, but that's pretty major in my opinion. But the house didn't get completely destroyed to the ground. Anyway, there I go off on a rambling about tornadoes. I need to keep walking. The sun's going down shortly, and this video is getting longer and longer. I'm probably losing viewers by the second. fire has now died down enough. I took this last log, this long log I had on there, I took it off, and I'm just letting these coals simmer down. I just got back from my walk. Boy, it's a miracle I didn't get lost out there. I went off the trail a little bit. I mean, I could have gotten back. I could have just backtracked my way because I knew where I was, but the sun was going down. I was like, oh well, I can cut through here and get back to my camp faster before the sun gets down. So I cut through, and I actually went up. I was over here. I don't know why I'm showing you because you can't see, but I was way through those woods, way up there somewhere in that area. The mountain keeps going a little bit steeper, and I was on the other side because I had followed. If you go down here just a little bit, there's a trail, and that's the trail I was talking about. It goes all the way around over there, and I had gone. I think I was over here somewhere, way off there, and I said, well, I can just come back through the woods and get back to my camp in a quick way. And then I got on some OHV trail, and I knew it was number 79, which is one of the trails I came in on to get here. So I thought, well, I won't get lost on this trail. And then I found an old fence, and I looked at the map, and I said, okay, I can go through past this fence and get to my camp. It's just right through the woods. But I think things look different on the map than they do in real life, especially with all these woods here. But anyway, the point is I got back to the campsite, and it was a little bit longer than I thought. I'm just gonna probably lay in the hammock and wait for this fire to quit before I go to bed. I don't want it spreading any tonight. That would not be a good thing. That would not be a good thing to wake up with a forest fire, and I don't want to have that on my conscience, that I started a fire out here and it burned up the whole forest. Oh, speaking of burning up forest, you really can't see it because it's dark now, but it's getting dark. But as I was walking through the woods, you can tell a lot of the bottoms of trees are black. You might can see it a little bit in this one, in this video here. Like the bottoms of the trees, they're black. Like somebody, maybe 5 years ago or 10 years ago, they came through here and burned all the underbrush, maybe. I'm guessing. Because there's a lot of branches on the ground that look like they're partially burned, and then the bottoms of trees are black, and so I guess somebody came through here and burned something, because I thought it was just this one area. Maybe somebody was having a campfire and they burned a little bit, but it's all over where I've been walking. There's burned black areas all around this forest, at least this part I'm in right now. I don't know if it's like this in the rest of the national forest, but I need to stop talking. This is getting, as I said, it's getting too long. It's a little after 8 o'clock in the morning. I just covered up the campfire, and I packed up my tent and tried to cover that up for the campsite as much as I could. And I got most everything packed up right there. I do still have my hammock up. I was waiting for it to warm up a little bit, so I think I'm going to lay in the hammock and try to stay warm. But now that the sun's coming out, it's getting warmer. It was pretty cold this morning. I didn't get out of the tent till about 7:30, I think, because I was hoping it was going to warm up before I got up. But anyway, I'm going to lay in the hammock. I can't get my words straight this morning. I'm all packed up and ready to go. I tried to leave the campsite just like I found it. I got everything cleaned up. My hammock's gone. I got all my trash together. I covered up the fire pit, or the fire wasn't really a pit. I guess that's good enough. I was trying to scrape up some leaves and some other things to cover it up, but then I ended up taking it from other places and leaving those spots bare, so I don't know. I might go over it again just to get a few more leaves and stuff on it, just to make it look like nobody was here. But I'm about to head out. I'm gonna go down back to the truck, and there's a map down there. I think I'm gonna go for a hike real quick before I go. Maybe just a mile hike or so, just a short one, before I go back home. I was just about to cross this creek, and I saw a little turtle sitting there. I don't want to scare him.